My mic is muted. I'm such a professional. Thank you everybody for joining us today. This is the GGJ 25 live stream. We are in the final few days of the jam. I'm really excited to see what everybody's created. I know that there's been a lot of people that have been working so hard so far this year or this week between last few days. And a lot of sites are just kicking off this weekend. I'm really excited to be bringing on Andres from Estonia. He's going to be showing us around what it's like to be jamming in Estonia right now. So without further ado, hi.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
And happy to be here. So
Yeah,
about
I'm so
Estonia.
happy to have you.
Yeah, so in Estonia, we have Global Game Jam for many years already. And in Tartu, it's one city, then Pärnu, another city. And in Tallinn, we had Game Jam for last, I don't know, at least 5 years, definitely. But this year we decided to kind of up the game and make it a bit bigger. So right now I am in the National Library of Estonia, and we rented out the whole library.
Wait, that's so awesome. That's so cool.
It came from the library. They were like, we want to be closer to young people and we want to try something new. And why not? Let's try. So right now I'm downstairs. It's the Video Game Museum of Estonia. And some of the teams can work here, or other teams can just come here and play some games. So one of the teams is working right now on the table. This table is Arcade Cabinet. This is Space Invaders from Japan, the original.
Cool. That's awesome.
Guys, are you two, or your team is more people? You're thinking what to do, how to do.
No. We think how will be make art style.
The art style. They're thinking how to make the art style right now. So yeah, this museum is not big. There's the owner sitting in the corner. He will be with us. So this place will be open until 3 o'clock at night. We couldn't make it all night because we need to clean a bit the place, but almost all day.
I mean, so that's almost, yeah.
Almost, yeah, we're trying our best. They can use our game dev hub and everything, but National Library has its own rules. So yes, this whole building, and let's go. There is one lecture right now. So we have lectures every hour. Tomorrow will be many lectures, how to make first game, art, and all that kind of stuff. And right now, this is a program. It's called Moose Ed or Ed. Yes, and the creator of that program explaining how to use it to make tile maps easier, how it can help them to make better game. And yeah, so we're just right now in the library going between books.
Do you have to be quiet if you're doing the game jam in the library?
No. There is another team working in the corner of the library.
Oh my god!
We just started, so not so long ago we just started the event around 7 o'clock in the evening because everyone has job and school and people coming from different cities. And yeah, so right now we formed the teams and they're just starting to think about the idea. So another corner here, having fun. We're live. This is Global Game Jam international live stream.
Hi. Hello.
Yes, and yeah, so what is cool, we managed for Estonia is 1 million people, so we managed for this global game jam together 116 people. So
that was going to be my question. How many people did you get for the jam? That's a pretty significant amount. I mean, you definitely need a library at that point, for sure.
Yeah, that was hard when we started. Like, they couldn't fit in the main hall, so it was a bit complicated. But now it's better. Everyone kind of found their own corner, and there are many levels, so people are on different levels.
Yeah.
So later I will need to go through them and find who is where and what is happening.
It's almost like hide and seek.
Yes, so yeah.
How
This
many
is,
teams are you anticipating completing games?
I think it will be around 18 teams, 16, 18 teams,
Cool.
definitely. Because I set this kind of rule that the teams can be maximum 5 people, but still some people are 7. It's like, come on, it's not
It's
mandatory.
okay.
Yes, so there are some other teams already. Yeah, and they're already, I see, working on the topic, the bubble.
Ah, hi.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, they're they're everywhere.
Oh my God, that's
So yeah,
amazing.
I don't know how many we will have, but I hope. Oh, this is my wife with kids.
Oh, hi. Oh, is she jamming too?
Yes, working. Oh, this corner looks cool. They have audio on the back. It's like
Very
CDs.
cool.
Yeah, drawing something. I see some
Hello,
designs
everyone.
here.
Ooh.
This is International Global Game Jam live stream.
Hi
Wow.
guys, you're live. I'm not sure if they can hear us, but
Yeah, they cannot. I installed those specifically.
okay.
But I will tell. Yes, hello guys, we're live. I don't know. Can you hear them a bit?
I can hear them.
From
Yeah,
those?
I
Okay,
figured that they
perfect.
couldn't hear
Yes.
me.
I
Yeah.
just thought that if I will use this microphone in the mobile phone, you will not hear anything because there is a lot of stuff happening.
Oh yeah.
so
No, I mean if I didn't have my own little microphone, this would be a whole lot worse to be able to hear me.
and we just had pizza already, and because Game Jam, Global Game Jam, and pizza, it's like it has to
Yeah.
be.
They're
And
hand in hand.
it was so fast. We ordered 30 pizzas and they flew away, and I'm like, oh my god, we need more pizza.
Yeah.
And
It's
yes,
the
and
most popular food to have at a
yeah,
game jam.
at
It's
the
also
Game
the
Jam.
easiest, which is ironic because it's, finger food. It does not really like mix well with using computers, but
Yeah, but
here we
at
are.
least when there is not enough budget, at least one pizza for people, it's much better than anything else, I think. And this for tomorrow. Tomorrow this will be the lecture room, so
Okay.
we'll be doing lectures here because the main hall will be open for visitors. Visitors know that there is an event, but they still can bring their books, to exchange them. Because it's a
Okay.
national library, they cannot fully close it. It will be very weird.
Yeah, true.
Yes. So yeah.
But that's so amazing that you were able to rent that out. What was that? Did they offer it to you guys? Did you reach out and say we need a space, or was it they were aware of Global Game Jam?
It happened in a way that they came to Game Dev Estonia, so it's a local association. I would say it's like IGDA Estonia, but we just call it Game Dev Estonia, even though we cooperate with IGDA and other associations. And a library came to us and said that they're right now renovating the main building. And when they will open the new big building, this is a temporary building right now, this one where we are. So when they will finish the new one, they want to install their video game museum. They want to make a co-working space like in Helsinki in Finland.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we need partners. We need to try something new. We need to work with young people. And then I was like, well, if you want, we can try to make a game jam here. There is a global game jam coming soon. So why not? And they're like, ooh, it's hard, but let's try. And employees in the library, they were not happy. They were like, no. Oh my God, young people, a lot of young people in the night, in the library. What if they will touch the books with their greasy fingers or something? It's even today we came and specifically the ladies sitting at the entrance, they looked at us like, oh my God. And very,
everyone's a respectable adult. I mean, they don't.
For them, it's so
people
hard.
come into
they never
the library
had
all the time.
Yeah,
I understand that. It's a big group, especially since you're there outside of their normal working hours. There's a lot of trust involved, but I think that if you're going to trust any group of people, it's going to be, a bunch of
Video game
game
developers.
developers. You're not trying
Yeah.
to do anything. You just
Because
want to be
really,
able to work.
those guys, they just sit and they just think something. They talk. I put some music, and they were like, "Remove the music. It's like it's we cannot think when there's some music in the
Yeah.
background." I'm like, "Okay, well, okay." So they're very quiet. I think there will be no problems, definitely. And yeah, the problem is that we had to organize like a special schedule for cleaning lady. We had to
Yeah.
hire additional guard at the entrance because some people from street started coming in.
Wanna
They were
co-
like, "Oh, what is that? What is there?
Well,
It's
teach them
middle of the
some. They can
city."
join a team.
Easy, easy. The funny part is that one of the guys came in. We were like, "Oh, please come in." So for like an hour, he just walked, talked with people, like had a lot of fun, just like found us walking on the street. Totally cool guy. Just like, why not? And when we announced that we're coming to the National Library of Estonia, sponsors and partners, they started writing to me because they saw the announcement. Usually, Global Game Jam in Estonia was somewhere a bit further from city center,
Mhm.
and it was not in the news, but because we're literally in the city center, this building is next to the main center of the city. It's like you cannot get more central than that. And oh, спасибо.
She's so
And
cute.
sponsors, yes, and sponsors, they just they started writing that
Yeah.
hey, let's cooperate. And one rule that I've done is that this game jam is 16 plus. Exception is my daughter, of course, right now, but it's 16 plus because I really didn't want to, have any kind of trouble because we're in the city center. There is a lot of people.
Yeah.
So just in case, I made it 16 plus, just in case.
Yeah.
And
It makes
at the same
sense.
time, energy drink Monster became our sponsor. They gave unlimited energy drinks. And I'm not really into energy drinks, but come on,
A lot
it's
of
a
people are.
sponsor.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a huge
And
sponsor to get. Wow.
and that's why it's good that it's 16 plus, because in Estonia you can drink energy drinks from 16 years old. So it was perfect.
Oh,
I didn't plan that.
interesting.
It was not a plan. And now, yeah, we got that sponsor. And what is good is that, yes, we have literally unlimited amount of Monster right now. So I will
Yep.
still go around and tell people, please don't overdrink that, please. Like,
Yeah,
it's cool.
you have to be
I love it.
careful.
But just don't drink too much. It's like,
I mean, you have such an amazing setup. I mean, there's just so many things that seem like it fell into place for you guys specifically for this year. It's really cool to see what it could be like if someone was wanting to join, especially in Estonia right now.
And what is great is that in Tartu we have another global game jam, Tartu, and I know they have around 70 people too, and it's in Tartu University. So we have two really nice venues this year, and I'm very happy. I hope it will continue that way because it looks like a great event. And let's see what will happen on Sunday, what games we will create, and we are part of this project Control Alt Disinformation. This project.
Cool.
It's 27 countries, Global Game Jam project,
Yes.
and we
Yeah.
are. I told participants that they can try to create game with that topic, and
Yep.
they need to put
Perfect.
diversifier, control out
Yep.
disinfo, and
Yes.
let's see. I hope they will create
Perfect.
something.
I hope so too. I think that it's a really important initiative, and I'm really excited to see what kind of games have come out of it. I've been hosting a lot of the webinars for information to get people up to speed on media literacy, and it's just it's really inspiring to see what people are able to do, especially in an age where we have a lot of news that's going around at all times. So I'm glad that you are really advocating for that diversifier. We have a lot of great diversifiers, but that's one in particular it's very important.
Yes, of course. For us, it's very serious because we
Yeah.
are literally on the border with a very big country.
Yes.
And of course, for us, it's a serious topic. And
definitely.
That's why I really hope that we will create interesting projects that will be part of this initiative. And yes, But at the same time, I said to participants that if they want, they can try, but it's not mandatory. The main topic is bubbles, but
Yeah.
again, bubbles. It's media bubble is another thing about bubbles. It's not just bubbles; it can be much bigger
There's
topic
so
again.
much. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of interpretations. So it's going to be really interesting to see, what it sparks out of people. Because I
Yes,
think that
I
there's just so many different ways that you can apply that particular theme. And if
I heard
anybody,
that.
by the way, if anybody's
Yeah.
listening and you haven't started jamming, we are going to be talking about a little bit the theme. So we don't want anybody to be spoiled. So just once your jam starts, you're free to talk about it. But just giving a little bit of a spoiler to anybody who has not quite started jamming yet. But there's a few questions in the channel. Do you mind if I ask you a few of these questions?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, awesome. So from YouTube, Tentry Edition says, "What kind of gaming genre do Estonian gamers like? Like, is there one in particular or two in particular?"
Gamers. I can tell you that. Well, Estonia is a very small country, and
Mm-hmm.
I would say young people is like less than 500,000 people in Estonia. Uh, Everyone has different tastes, but we love to play Finnish games. Like Alan Wake 2
Cool.
was very big here because many people, even in Estonia, they worked on this game too, as maybe doing some art or outsourcing, because Helsinki is nearby, and
Mm-hmm.
we just really love to play games made by our neighbors. And in Estonia this year we had huge game, Buckshot Roulette, and it was
Oh,
made by one
awesome!
guy. And
I didn't realize that was from Estonia.
it's Estonian game, yes. It was created by Mike Klubnika, and he was participating in our game jams previously for several years. I think he won one of them. I don't remember exactly, but he was pretty active at game jams, and he was at the last global game jam. He's not here today just because he had some other work, but his game specifically came out of the game jams. He was doing small
Wow, that's
prototypes.
amazing. This
Yes,
is incredible.
and
I'm just taking some notes because
yeah,
as I'm finding things out, there's definitely ways that I want to highlight, you know,
and it was
James
specifically
gems from all over the world.
yeah, and even last year at Global Game Jam, he made a really nice prototype, really cool one. I'm even sad he didn't publish it as a game still. But I would say Buckshot Roulette really looks like a game that could be created at Game Jam, and
Hmm.
he definitely used that style before Buckshot Roulette. He made a lot of other small projects, I would say short experiences, and they were very popular. They were free experiences. I remember Unsorted Horror Games Collection. It was really popular. We posted at our YouTube channel the video about that free collection, and it was like immediately 10,000 views came. So even before Buckshot Roulette, his games had this style, and it came out of the game jams. Another game from Estonia that came out of the game jam is Death and Taxes, and after
Oh,
that, they created this year one more game, Broken Alliance, and they will release soon Craft. So there is one studio in Estonia, at least I know, that came out specifically from the game jams, even maybe Global Game Jam. I don't remember specifically. I need to ask them. But yeah, and
that's really neat. Awesome.
we are in Estonia really into how it's called Metroidvanias.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
Metroidvania style, and developers love them. I think somewhere here I have a creator of Rusty's retirement game, but before it was Haiku the Robot, Jordan. Hello,
Wait,
Jordan.
Rusty's retirement?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
that's
an Estonian game.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's
he's
so
here.
cool. Awesome.
He decided to participate too. Yes,
That's
it's quite cool
amazing.
game. Yeah.
I
So
love that. I love that regardless of
really,
where you are in the game industry, you can really feel comfortable just coming back and getting back to
huh?
your roots, doing a game jam. It's awesome.
I'm at Livestream. This is a global game jam live stream.
Hello. Hi.
Is that me?
Yeah, it's you.
It's you.
Man, now you are famous.
Yay!
Yeah, you made it, man.
Yay.
Oh, look, those guys in the room
Hi.
waving at us. They have their own special room there. You see, like
That's
professionals.
awesome. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah,
Very cool.
a lot of cool people will come tomorrow too. Local developers. What I
Yeah.
love about the game dev community is that everyone is very friendly and open, and people who make
Yeah.
successful projects, they still come to a game jam, even as a participant.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the beauty of Global Game Jam is how much of a community it is. It's very the game dev community just in general is typically very open and welcoming, and they always want to share their creativity with everybody. Because I mean, let's face it, it's art. It's all art that we want to
Yes.
share that we're creating
Yes.
together, and Global Game Jam just and game jams in general are just a really unique opportunity to play with some ideas that you have, get to know some other people. And there's been a lot of friendships, studios, marriages, everything that has come out of Global Game Jam, not just a game jam itself. It's kind of a beautiful like bud of of a future for a lot of people. But that's awesome. There's so many games that have come out of Global Game Jam. It's pretty amazing. So it can really inspire people to continue to work on their games well after they've stopped that Game Jam weekend. Let's see. I have another question actually in here. Another question from Tentry Edition. Great question. What graphics engine do you guys use for video game development in Estonia? What are the typical engines you guys are all using there?
Mostly previously it was Unity. We have Unreal Engine School here, but for Game Jam it's a bit heavy. But lately I see more and more people using Godot, and even our universities, they started implementing Godot. And when I was traveling to GDC or Gamescom, I had some talks with a team from Godot to kind of maybe come to Estonia, make some event with them, because more and more like Craft will come out soon, Estonian game. It's fully made in Godot, and previously we had like 2 years ago, pretty cool game made in Godot called Blastronaut. And
what is it?
Blastronaut.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it was quite interesting game. It was like Terraria, and the creator even went to GDC with the help from Godot, because it was a really nice showcase of the engine. And we have high hopes for Godot, really.
Yeah.
We have high hopes, and we try more and more to work there. And main developers here believe that it's a really nice engine.
A lot of people are getting very familiar with it, and I have not dabbled with Godot yet, but from my understanding, if you have a background in understanding Unity pretty well, it's a fairly easy transition to start working in Godot versus starting from scratch.
Yeah. So I think that even at this global game jam, some of them will definitely use Godot. I don't know, mostly maybe still Unity. What you will use, Unity or Godot?
We're going to use Godot.
Godot. They're using Godot.
Godot.
You see, I'm not even joking. It's really growing. Godot in I think everywhere, not only in Estonia.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, Unity is still very much widely used.
Definitely, yes.
But it's just cool to see what people are able to create in all of these engines, really. So Tentry is on fire with these questions. Do you mind if I ask you another one?
Of course.
So when developing video games, and I think that this just doesn't necessarily apply to Global Game Jam, but just in general, how many hours do you dedicate per day so as to not get tired and saturated when you are developing those video games? Really
Jordan, when you develop a video game, how many hours per day you develop a video game not to get burnt out? Like how many hours you spend, developing a video game per day?
Very subjective, I'd say, but no more than 8.
No more than 8.
No more
Okay.
than 8. Okay, so it's like a
Yeah.
Do I do that? No.
Do I do that?
Then I take like months off. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's another topic. Well, he said that I would say that he can work more than 8 hours per day, but then he will take a few months off after release.
Smart.
But
Yeah.
if it's a small game, that it's like not a big project. If it's like a game for a year of development, I would say.
yeah, just try to keep it like under regular norm, not like just regular working hours. Weekends,
Mhm.
you have off. You try to take a week holiday somewhere. Like if you're working for like a whole year, a week, 2 weeks holidays. Try to treat it like a normal job, so you don't get too burnt out.
Yeah, I don't know how much you heard, but
Yeah,
you
no,
heard
it's a smart schedule. You don't want to burn yourself out. I know it can be really exciting when you have an idea and you just want to,
yeah,
you get on that grind to make that game happen. But it does lead to burnout pretty quickly. Yeah.
so
Awesome.
any other questions from that
No, I don't
legendary
think so.
person?
From Tentry Edition, you have been clutch with these. I'm expecting you every time I'm here on the stream to be asking these awesome questions because they are great. But if anybody else has any other questions, of course, feel free to drop them in the chat. Awesome. Well, Andres, thank you so much for showing us Estonia. This has been a really great way to jump off this GGJ live stream. It's been so cool to see what it's like to be jamming over there. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, it was cool for me too to share what we're doing, and yeah. What's your next country?
My next country is, I believe it's Romania.
Oh, cool. Then I
Yeah,
will,
wait,
I will
actually,
check
hold on.
myself too.
Let me bring Mike on. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Mike.
Hello.
Hi.
Wow.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear?
Yeah, we
Can you
can hear
see me?
you. We can see you.
What's up?
Hi. We're just doing a bit of a transition. We were just being guided through the National Library in Estonia, and now we're heading over to Romania, which is so cool.
European tour.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Traveling the near
Awesome.
shore.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Andres. I'll let you get back to your jamming.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys all create.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How are you?
Pretty good. Over here, we're in Sorin Timișoara, Romania, which
Cool.
is the westernest kind of city, I guess, in Romania, closer to Serbia.
Okay.
And we're here at the offices of Haufe, which is a company that generously offered their office space to us.
I mean, it looks beautiful.
It is pretty impressive. We're at the 15th floor near the mall. I mean,
Cool.
it's late now, but I would show you the view. You can see the whole city from up here.
Awesome. That must be
I just kind of
absolutely
touring around,
gorgeous.
making sure you get the people in the background. I'm on like a
Yeah.
laptop with the stream cam, so I can turn it around if you want to just take in the lovely people here at some point.
Awesome. Well, so with
Yep.
this live stream, we can go a few ways if you want to show around the site, or if there's anybody that you want to talk to or interview, if there's any jammers that are interested in also being on live stream with you, we're open. We're just kind of getting an insight as to what it's like to
Mhm.
be jamming all the way around the world.
All right, let me turn this around for starters. I don't have anything in particular prepared.
It's
Just kind
okay.
of said I'd wing it.
Yeah,
I did
that's
have
same.
yeah, I did have a look with Andre before to see kind of what you guys were to be talking about, so I get an idea. There's this huge office space that they have that they've generously sort of lent us here. We have a bunch of people jamming around in the open space. This is the company. Is it mirrored? I think it's mirrored, but
Nope, it's nope. Everything's
it's just
everything
mirrored for me.
looks-
Okay,
It's just mirrored for
yeah.
you.
So
Yeah.
they have a little area here where we held the presentations and did the intro stuff and the keynote video.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, we have around, I think so. We sent out a Google form sheet for people to sign up, and we had around 110, but more people have been
Wow.
showing up. There you go, a bunch of people.
That's like
More
the
people
better
showed up.
scenario, right?
Yes. And it's interesting. So this is the first time that this is being done in Timisoara, the Global Game Jam. Here we have a bunch of mentors.
Cool.
I'll talk about them in a little bit, discussing some stuff. Yeah, we're going to partner up with this company. They offered us the space and coffee and stuff like that. They have a really nice espresso machine.
That's
and then
actually the most important part, right?
Yes.
Actually,
then,
a question from the audience.
Yeah.
The audience. So
Yeah,
the bull
yeah.
asks, how hard was it to find a company to loan out the office? Since we're on this topic.
Ooh. So the journey sort of was, I have a acquaintance who has a co-working space here, and I originally reached out to him. But it's not a huge town, so kind of pretty much everyone in the tech scene pretty much knows everyone else. So at some point, the sort of the technical director of this company, of Halfe Group, was in touch with my co-working space friend, and they're like, "Hey, we can do that." So I'm kind of giving them shout outs because they, I think, are one of the companies in town who have the most outreach. They're basically in everything. They're involved in everything.
Yeah.
And not sort of out of quote unquote evil reasons to recruit or something. They just really want the PR. And I think that's really great because they're involved in all the educational stuff in town and a lot of cool things. There's
yeah, I
espresso
mean, if you
machine.
have a space like that, it's wonderful to be able to offer that to people outside of the office too, because it's a great way to build that community too, because they clearly have a great interior designer.
They sure
you might
do.
as well show it off.
Yeah, there's the hallway. You can see the other side of the we've kind of been running in a semicircle here.
Okay, all right.
Most of the participants told me that they are familiar with the space because this company Halfe, they have been organizing a bunch of events, so a bunch of game jams and hackathons and stuff. So a lot of the people here have been here before for different reasons, but still.
That's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I myself go to a lot of co-working places. That would be, if this was a co-working place, this was 100% be a place that I would want to go to. It's so nice and airy. I love this like grass or like plants that are on the walls.
I don't
like
even
that's
know
just so
what it is. It feels kind of real.
Like moss. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's real, that's amazing.
I mean, I don't know, but it looks real. It feels real.
Cool. Well, so for the games,
yes,
you said you have 100. How many people did you say you had? 100 and
we have a total of 110 registered. I mean, I don't know if more people turned up than that, but we definitely have that much.
How many teams do you guys have?
I am not sure yet. There seem to be a bunch of cliques forming around, but that's something I'll have to check in tomorrow with them because we've been kind of all over the place trying to organize this in multiple sort of platforms and ways. But the cool thing is that we also talked to the local university, which that's the Polytechnic University of Timisoara, and they were really cool because I think it's been 2 years now since they started a game development master's degree. So a lot of the people here are students from that degree. And we have a bunch of the teachers who are mentors, and they're just kind of walking around here, helping out, giving advice.
Awesome.
We also have a bunch of people from the industry, like game developers, with like a standing here in town, who just offered their time. They're like, "Yeah, we'll just show up and we'll help around." That's awesome. One of them right there.
So it's actually a great segue. So
yes,
with Estonia, they were going over the the different games that have come out of Estonia. What are some notable games, not just global game jams, but just games in general that have come out of Romania?
Right. I think if one of the gentlemen over there would have a second to answer that question, because I am not the most qualified person, but maybe we have someone here. We have someone here. Let me just turn this around.
Yeah, let's have a little interview.
Okay. Let's sit down.
Hi.
There you go. Grab wait,
You
hold on.
guys,
Wait. Can you sit there? Yes. Okay, grab one of these. Okay. In the right ear. And then here we go. Hello.
Hi. You're live with Global Game Jam.
He actually
Hello,
told me
world.
if it comes to this, he would want to be in the stream, so that's why.
Good. Oh, I'm so glad.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I was just asking Mike. I was just on the stream with Estonia, and they started talking about what kind of notable games have come out of Estonia. And so I'm curious, what kind of notable games has come out of Romania? Not just Global Game Jam, but just in general.
Well, that's.
Oh no, the sound's cutting out. Is it on me?
Oh, I don't know. Let me maybe change the microphone to be the stream cam.
Okay, how is it now?
Yeah, that's better.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear both of you, and I think now. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Okay,
Sweet.
Yeah.
so I was saying that's quite a difficult question to answer because, well, the industry here is not as developed as in other
Sure.
places, but we're working on it.
Yeah,
So
that's awesome.
I guess one of the most successful game in the past year, I guess, is Breachway, a game done by one of the mentors here.
You want to
We
come over
can,
say a few words about
Want to
Breachway?
come talk about it?
Yeah. Everyone can come on stream. This is
Yeah, I come on,
we
grab
want to
the
just know
headphone.
what people are. This is not about me. This is all about you guys.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's more qualified about the.
There we go.
Hi. You're live.
So tell us about the Romanian game dev scene. What games have come out of Romania?
The
and
best
your
games.
game that came out of Romania.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to necessarily be the best games, but just games that
Just games that
have come out of
to
you.
mind in terms of
Yeah.
There's the Bed and Breakfast was a really good.
Wait,
game.
really?
Very well Switch. Yeah. Do you know it?
I have that. Yeah,
Really?
I have that on my Steam Deck. Yeah, it's a really cute game.
Awesome. Yeah, it is really well.
Yeah, I really like it. Good
This-
job.
This year, it's not like it's not us who did it. It's like some
Sure,
people,
but
it's
you've
a Romanian
collaborated
game.
and worked on it. Yeah.
No.
No.
It's by other people
Other
in the
Romanians.
Romanian games industry. Basically. No, so the game that I worked on is called Breachway. It didn't do as well as Bed and Breakfast, but it's still in early access. We're working on it.
Very cool. And where is it? This is a plug. Where is it? Where can you get it? Is it
It's
on Steam?
On Steam, on Epic, on GOG. It's a
Awesome.
sci-fi roguelike card game. It's spacious.
Cool. Very awesome. Everyone who's watching, you guys should all go download this. Right? Yes.
Yeah, and wishlist this if you don't.
Wishlist it. If you don't,
Yeah.
if you don't want to get something in early access, wishlist it. Get it as soon as it debuts in its full entirety.
Sure, but yeah.
So what?
You were talking about the games industry in Romania, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's still developing.
Yeah, we're working on it.
We have a bunch of big companies, right, in Bucharest mostly.
Right.
But then spread throughout Romania, we have a lot of like outdoorsy type stuff and
we
indie
also start
studios.
doing outsourcing, and it's kind of like the natural way you progress. Like you start with outsourcing, and then you build up knowledge, and then you also build up funds, and then maybe you can start developing it. So it's a natural pathway to, especially in especially here where we don't have a lot of education for it, so everyone self-taught. It's just a process of learning. It takes a long time.
Very cool. So I actually have a question from this is streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Tentry Edition, who has been our star question asker of the day, asks, how much time do you spend on ideas for developing a new video game, and how many people are typically responsible for that?
For ideas, I guess you start with an idea, but developing a game is not just one idea. It's like thousands of ideas that have where you have to make the right decision. But in general, I think it's especially in small.
Oops. Try the other ear.
Sorry.
It's okay. I think the speaker is coming out of the computer anyways, because I can't hear a few people in the background.
Probably. Yeah,
Oh,
So in a
No
small,
worries, it's fine.
In a small team, like it's everyone makes decisions, which is like very important to keep people motivated also. But yeah, it's just making a lot of decisions. And in terms of the question was in terms of idea of the game, it's just start with making a game you want to make, you want to play. I think that's
Yeah.
super important.
I mean, that is where a lot of games are born. Is somebody's like, oh, I really wish I could play this game, and then it doesn't exist, so then they create
It can
it.
also be like a very big trap at the same time, because usually people's dream games are something way out of scope. And like, yeah, my first game will be this
MMO.
So it's also
yeah.
a trap, but I fully understand. Like, you want to make like people that make games actually are like very passionate about the games, and it makes sense that they would like to make the games they like to play. Yeah, just definitely like, keeping scope in mind.
Yeah,
And,
it's
like, try
especially
making the minimum viable product for the type of game. And
exactly.
There's been a lot of success there recently with games like Dawnfall, or it's like an RTS game, but it's like super slimmed down, it's bare minimum, and it did really well.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Scope is really, I feel like, the key word, especially for Global Game Jam too. Very important to keep that in mind over the course of the weekend, because that can get a little bit out of hand sometimes, because you don't have years to create something. You have 48 hours to create something, but we never want that to discourage anybody.
And made sure that no one is building an MMO.
Yeah.
That was the first
I mean,
thing
if you want to do a mega jam where you have 40 people that are all working on a game together, it's possible. So I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it does create a little bit more work for the coordinators, at least.
It's a different scope.
Yeah.
Different scope
need,
altogether.
Like, managers, game jam team,
Write a full GDD.
Yeah, it's a lot of
investors.
A lot of prep work. Yes.
48 hours.
There you go.
Find an investor.
You do like the whole what would normally be like years of work in like a 48-hour period.
Yeah, it's not the best idea,
but not impossible.
It's as close to impossible as you could get probably with a game jam, like making it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was nice talking. I have to head out to my wife's waiting.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It's fine. Thank you so much for.
Or we can take back over.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you for sharing.
Thanks a lot, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Here you go. It's just you and me now. Okay. The other one. Yeah.
Awesome. I feel like there's always just so many questions that I have. How long have you guys been in game development?
Been in game dev? I think you can answer that.
Yeah, well, that's a long story. Well, I've been kind of doing it for almost 14 years, since I was kind of 12. I'm 26 now. So yeah, I've been doing it on and off as a hobby first, and then started working in indies, working on my own projects, stuff like that. I actually now am working on a passion project, which is a bit too ambitious, but so
speaking of scope,
not an MMO.
yeah. Speaking of scope, I just want to prove that it doesn't work.
Oh. So you're making a game out of spite.
Yeah, no, you you have to have some outliers in any statistics, right? So
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, not
or else it would all be the same number.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I haven't spent that much time in game dev. I went to London, I studied game development, and then I worked for 6 months at a small studio that now doesn't exist anymore. And we were making a game similar to Breachway, way before Breachway was a thing, I think. It was basically Hearthstone meets FTL.
Okay.
you can still find the Android gameplay trailer, I think, on YouTube. With me doing some voiceover stuff on it, but yeah, it
Was,
never came to be.
ahead of its time, right?
Yeah,
If anybody wants to go and find that and drop the link in the chat.
sure. I'll do it after we get off the call. No, it's the company doesn't exist anymore. The game was never launched, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if I can plug myself, Benita, if you want to check Menace on on Steam,
Please
that's,
do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Menace,
This is an
it's
opportunity.
a passion project. Yeah,
Menace?
Very
it's
cool.
Menace.
Okay.
Menes, Menes. Yeah.
Okay.
Menace,
Okay.
Yeah,
Like Dennis
Okay.
the Menace.
not Menace that way. Menace like an Egyptian pharaoh and whatever. Long story. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. I get it. All right. I had to look it up. The spelling, because I was thinking Dennis the Menace too.
Yeah,
No.
me too.
Yeah, that may be an issue. I can still change the name. So
No.
it's still
I
in
don't.
early stage.
We don't need to start workshopping new
Yeah.
new titles for your game.
Yeah.
Not the time.
But this does look really cool.
Well, yeah, I'm working alone on it, so but it's getting there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk a little bit about what it's like to be a solo dev.
Well, it's not easy. If I can say that. It's hard. You have to do. Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. There are.
Shocker.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah. I truly believe that there's not any other artistic endeavor more complicated in the areas it needs than a game, because you need to have everything. You need to have everything from coding, the sound, music, whatever, art, 3D animations, story. You need a story, you need quests, you need whatever. And yeah, for what I'm working on, I got myself into a bit too much, but I'm confident I'll be able to at least get a demo up, and then if people get interested in it, then perhaps I can get a team and finish it.
Yeah.
Then you can look for
Well,
investors.
Yeah, then yeah.
I mean, from what I see already here, it does look very impressive for being. I wouldn't have guessed that it was a solo dev project that you had been working on.
Thank you.
It
Yeah,
definitely
it means a lot.
It definitely gives more. Not that okay. I don't want to say that so you can't expect a lot out of solo devs, because Stardew Valley. I mean,
Right.
that's a perfect example of how successful
Right.
a solo dev can be. But
Yes.
it's really awesome to see what you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes with a game.
Yeah.
Most people just are presented a game and you don't know what the backstory is.
Yes. Yeah, and it's about the scope, of course. I'm trying to approach it in a more artistic way, which is and I'm trying to make an indie that's not an indie, which probably won't really work, but we'll see. Perhaps it,
So like a AAA indie.
yeah, more like a double A, but yeah,
Double A indie, yeah.
Or single A. It's just a single A. Yeah.
Awesome.
I feel that in Romania, this is just like empirical evidence that I've witnessed. I feel that this is a huge trend where you don't really have the means for like proper whatever university level education up until like a while ago. So we in Romania are infamous, quote unquote, for being very good programmers, and the tech scene is pretty big in Romania, and you will have a lot of people who join tech because they grew up playing video games and they want to make games. At least that was my story, and I've noticed a lot of people share that. So we have a lot of people like that who just go off and make their own game on their own, however many years it's going to take. So I feel that that's a big pattern here. But now, like, hopefully, due to Game Jam, at least locally in Timișoara, and the university and all that, people get a chance to actually learn how to properly do that. And maybe, hopefully, because this is like my second, my secondary goal for this event is to combine the people who joined here with the local game dev community, which is not dying out, but it hasn't had a meetups in quite a while. And people kind of don't, the Timisoara game dev people didn't really know about the university degree. The university people who went and got the degree didn't really know that there was a game dev scene here. Okay, someone turned off the lights. That's interesting. Can we turn it back on?
We'll do it. We'll do it more romantic.
They just turned it off in this area. Hold on, let's do that.
Wait, no, like in a horror movie, right?
Wow.
Like
No,
a
let me.
horror story.
I'm gonna have to take this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take this to the kitchen or somewhere.
I'll come
That's
up with
so
the lights.
funny.
That was random. There's still light in the in other areas. Just someone pressed the button. Hold on.
The worst thing is to lose any amount of power during a game jam.
No, there's lights. There's like lights in the kitchen and stuff.
Maybe
Someone
it's an
turned
automatic light or something, or
Maybe. Let's see. I don't know what I'm doing. One, two. Oh, there we go. Turn it back on, and then
Awesome.
2, and then 3. Here we are. We're back.
I really loved your point. Just to go back to,
I forgot what I was talking about completely.
yeah, no, you were talking about how people, especially people in like similar communities, not necessarily knowing about each other. I think that's what the beauty of Global Game Jam is the community aspect.
Exactly.
Is everybody who comes together has this common interest, and regardless of what happens afterwards, you make these connections, and you're like, hey, I didn't even know that you liked video games. Let's meet up. Let's make a game together. Let's just hang out. Like, it's a great way to just meet people who have that same common interest. And you've also had to take part in a really impressive event, since this is happening all over the world.
Exactly.
It's really, I think, as having come on as the events and program manager, I really want to be able to highlight things that not only Global Game Jam, because this is, our headline event of the year, but to be able to showcase all of the amazing things that just come out of a Global Game Jam, whether it's the communities or the games, or just the stories that people have of how much of an impact it had on them. That's kind of the most beautiful thing to me out of it, outside of just the games.
Yep. I personally resonate with that. Like, I feel, especially in this industry, we're all sort of storytellers, and we all want to say something. And like I said, my experience is from here in Romania and then moving to London a little bit, but most people just have something they want to say, and then they end up being good at art or programming or music, and then they're like, I want to make a game to sort of, I don't know. I love the old school ones. I love people like John Blow, who are like, I just want to connect with other people through this art and this medium. So I vibe with that. And my hope from this event is that, like, I bring together all these people, and then hopefully afterwards we can have a bigger community. And then, like Victor said, the guy with the breachaway, they started out doing outsourcing as well. And then they're like, okay, we'll make our own game. And then they focused their efforts on that. And ideally, maybe, I don't know, maybe in 5 years, we can have more of that here, where people who finish this degree and come to the game jams and all can get together and work on their own dreams, make their own game studios, or work with the game studios and make their own games. That would be the best goal.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, it's there's kind of the subtext that it's something that could just genuinely change your life just by participating. You just really have no idea what could come out of it. Yeah, that's really beautiful. I love that you share that kind of sentiment, because that's really the main purpose of being here, is just giving people that platform, giving people that opportunity that they might not necessarily always have, because especially with everything being in person, it's really hard to find those pockets in person. You can do it online. There's plenty of game dev communities out there, and you can do plenty of online jams, but the fact that a lot of these are in person just adds that extra layer to it. And again, there's so much beauty that comes out of the hybrid sites as well as the virtual sites. It's not that one site version is any better than any of the other ones. It's just, there's just very different opportunities that that it's wonderful that people have the access to, because I'm glad that there's the hybrid and the online now, because it does make it that much more accessible for everybody to participate.
Exactly. Exactly. And I get it. We live in a post-pandemic world where you need to have this, but at the core of it, like we all crave human connection, and it's different when you're here and you meet the people that you work with together, and you establish relationships and bonds with those people, and it's so much more different. I'm not invalidating the other options, obviously not, but like this feels important. You know, being here feels important to me at least, and I'm sure to most people here.
Yeah. I mean, I work remotely, but I go to co-working spaces for that same exact kind of feeling. Like I just like being in person with people, being near the energy, because that is invigorating rather than just necessarily like being in one place. It's just it's very cool how things have progressed since I was a kid. Like I never thought opportunities like this ever would have been possible. So it's very, very cool to be here and be able to witness this and be a part of this whole massive event.
Exactly. This whole global event.
Literally, it
literally
blows my
global.
mind sometimes. Yeah, it makes me almost speechless. I just I can't like believe that this is such a cool event. I'm so passionate about it.
Yeah, I love looking at like the Instagram stories and like the Slack group, the photos and all that, and you just see so many people, and you're like, wow, there are people who are there on the other side of the globe, and they're there for the exact same reason that I am and we are, and we're all here for the exact same reason, and it's
exactly. It's I couldn't have put it better myself. It's like all interconnected, and it's because we like to play video games, which is like kind of the coolest part. Like, I mean, you can have this for any number of different reasons to have events like this, but for it to be because everybody wants to make video games is so cool.
It's like that one song from Felicia Day, "I'm the one that's cool," in reference to nerds.
I mean, we are the cool kids.
We are. We definitely are.
Awesome. Well, in just a couple minutes, I'm actually going to be bringing on Jose, and he's the RO or the SO from Spain. But he just let me know that the pizza's just arrived, so he may need an extra couple of minutes. So.
Yeah, I'm happy to stay here. No worries.
I mean, I don't think you can get much more classic than Game Jam and pizza.
Oh yeah.
I think Estonia SO said that they happen to get Monster to be one of their sponsors, and I was like, "That's you have Monster and you have pizza and you have game development." I'm like, people are just gonna move in; they're not gonna need anything else.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just happy that we got a space to come together. Like other people are like going full on with sponsorships and stuff. That's awesome. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's really fortunate.
I saw that
I think
they
that's
got
probably
the public library.
Yep. Yeah.
They got the public library to let them come. That's awesome.
I was amazing. Yeah, it's incredible. I'm jealous. Like
tell me about it.
I mean, but your site is so there's I think what's really cool about this stream is we're going to see so many different types of places that you can host this jam. And so just because you don't have a library or you don't have the 15th floor of this like beautiful city work building, that doesn't mean that your jam experience is any lesser. I think that's what's really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many different places that you can be a participant, and you can be just, you know, co-working spaces, coffee shops.
Exactly.
Like I think one of the sites that is going to be coming on tomorrow is in a museum. Like there's just so many different places that's pretty cool. I don't know how, I'm curious to see how they arrange that, but there's just so many different ways that you can have, so many creative ways that you can have different sites.
Exactly.
And I think that's something that's really important to think about for people who are looking to host a site for next year, is just thinking of what you need to be able to have that site happen. Because I know that it can be a bit of a challenge if you don't have connections. But there's so many different places
Yeah.
that you can host this kind of jam
Yeah, exactly.
that are available.
I'm trying to see if I can find a window that would show you the view from the 15th floor here. Now, I don't know if this is gonna work, but oh, there we go. So there's like a mall here.
Oh, cool. Okay.
There's a mall, and there's like a garden here, and then you can see the whole city somewhere in the distance. Yeah, not the best.
It's
time
like
to show
kind
this, but-
of, but I mostly can see the reflection of everybody.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I tried.
No, you did an awesome job. Honestly, though, if we probably could have had a little bit more success had we done that when the lights went out.
That is true. That
It's
actually
totally
is
fine.
true. We would have had no reflections.
That's okay. We probably still would have.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it looks like I have Jose who's ready, and I'm gonna
Yes.
bring him on stage now so we
Mhm.
can do like a nice little pass off. So give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hello,
Hello.
Jose.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hi.
Yeah.
Good. How are you?
We just had the on point delivery for the pizzas, so we're kind of distributing all of them right now. So yeah, but okay, things are going smoothly so far. But yeah,
Awesome.
this is one of the areas we have set up for development. But since we are doing this in the fine arts degree at college, we have kind of taken over half of the building. So we have like 3 or 4 different rooms for the developers, and also some additional separate rooms just for safe spaces for resting and whatnot. So
Awesome.
we are
That's
right now
actually really
distributing
important.
all the
Yeah.
food. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that I think is if I was to do my own jam site, it would be really important to have spaces like that, like the decompression rooms where you can take that break, because I know that being social for 48 hours can really take a toll on you. And have those spaces where you're able to
Yes,
relax.
exactly. And so we paid kind of a lot of attention into that, because, and since we, yes, I said we were taking over half a building, we could afford those extra spaces. And
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I just want to say thanks, Mike. Mike is currently in Romania. And we just took a tour around his space. Thank you so much for taking the time to show me around. It was really great talking with you guys.
Thank you very much. Have fun.
Of course.
Okay,
Happy jamming.
Bye, Mike.
Bye.
Bye. Awesome. Well, hello. Hi.
Yeah, hello.
How's your Domino's pizza?
Yeah, and they actually did a great job, because they decided to endorse this global game jam. So it's free pizzas for almost 100 people. So, and they got all of them here on time. So kudos to Domino's Pizza in that regard.
Good for them. Yeah, seriously. That must have been the hardest part.
Yes, I know. They actually, we had to order them like several hours in advance. We had to set up like a shared Excel spreadsheet with them with all the pizzas and whatnot. But yeah,
How many pizzas did you guys end up?
So yeah,
How many pizzas did you end up? You end up ordering? How many? How many pizzas?
So yeah, it was 75 individual pizzas. So yeah, it was kind of a lot of them. But hey, they deliver, and they deliver like 5 minutes in advance. So yeah, they did a phenomenal job in that regard, because
That's
they had like this huge order that we had to deal with them through an Excel shared spreadsheet. So yeah, it's
amazing.
I mean,
I
can imagine that this hasn't been like an easy order, but at least they were prepared for it.
I mean, I can't say that I know a lot of people who've had a shared Excel sheet with Domino's for an order before.
So, but at the same time, it does feel like a very game developer thing to do, like to set up a full Excel.
100%. I think
So,
that's genius. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so a little bit of what we've been doing, people have just been kind of showing around the game space. If there's anybody that you want to bring on to talk about their game development experience.
I have kind of recruited several people to talk about their projects.
Perfect.
Because we have had like some teams started very early. They kind of had their ideas already up and running in the first half an hour or something.
Sure.
And so, but there are other teams that have been taking their time to actually develop their ideas, and they had like their deadline was the pizza time actually. So it's like when
So now
pizza
it's go
arrives,
time.
we have to have our ideas already sorted out. So yeah. But I can give you a tour through the building and then be showing you around some
definitely.
people.
How
So-
many about how many jammers? Is it 75 jammers that you have?
Yeah,
or do you
75
have...
jammers. Yeah.
Okay.
And so around 20 teams, so more or less. So yeah, it's,
Cool. Wow,
the
okay.
average team size is 4 people, but we have teams of the biggest one is 6 or 7 people, and the rest are 3 to 4 people more or less. So yeah, almost 20 teams and 75 people. So taking into account that this is the very first time we have a global game jam stage here in this city,
That's an impressive turnout.
because it's almost 100 people for a first time first edition, let's say. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I can bring.
Give us a little tour.
Okay. So ¿se anima ya alguien? No. Okay. Well, we have someone that actually wants to talk about their project, so I'm going to bring her in.
Yeah.
And, okay. Somebody, it's your turn. Si quieres te dejo el sitio. So.
Hi.
So tell us a little bit about your game. What's your experience been like with Global Game Jam so far? And
so it's my first year doing the game jam, so I'm a bit new in this program and stuff. But with my team, I'm really relaxed and trying to give good ideas, or at least having a good game. If it's not good coding, maybe good art or original idea. I'm just doing assets and things for the background, and my other teammates are just programming stuff and making it more easy because we don't really know much about this stuff. We are learning. It's our first year.
Yeah, that's kind of the beauty of Global Game Jam. Are the people that you are working with, are they people who you've known before? Or are they people that you just met here at the Game Jam?
Them this year in PPA.
Awesome. Very cool. What kind of game are you guys making?
We are making a game. I don't really know how to describe it. It's more like making potions and using the bubble for making them and hoping.
Okay, cool. Awesome. That's so neat. I can't wait to see what you guys create. I'm amazed at the turnout that you had for that first site. Awesome.
Okay, taking over again. So I guess this is my cue for the stage tour.
Yeah, if you want to do the grand tour of,
so
of the fine
as you can
arts.
see, there's already some pizza time around here. So yeah, some of them just hey. So we have basically this is the smallest room, okay, and I can basically show you. Well, this is the pizza time for everyone. So everyone's kind of distributing their pizzas, and so yeah, we have set up several spaces for resting and sleeping. So this is the women space for basically for having their stuff in their own place and whatnot.
Awesome.
And well, the men's place is back there, but so it's kind of the same thing. And so we are.
Yeah.
Well, I can actually show
Is everyone
you.
so it's a place where people are going to be sleeping? Or That's,
so,
okay.
And then
so
we have like
that's a full jam. No, it's not everybody goes home at the end of the day. That's just you're there.
In fact, actually, so we have more of the people right now coming over.
Nice.
And so we have split it in different rooms in different This is the bigger one with plenty of people because this room actually has the biggest teams since it's basically the biggest the biggest classroom of the entire space. And so also we did set up some sort of resting area with some couches and whatnot that basically everyone is using as a game design space because it's comfy and it's silent more or less. And so that's kind of the huge setup. And as you can see, basically, so we're kind of separating spaces, right? So the the most silent, quote unquote, space is back there with the couches and also some vending machines for water, and we're trying to kind of keep this as healthy as possible, like everything with water and juices and whatnot. Then
and 75 pizzas.
I mean, but that was kind of the treat of the weekend, let's say. So yeah.
Good.
So
you need to have that treat.
yeah, definitely. So I think we kind of have all the ones who could speak in case you want to introduce somebody else, or
yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you want to bring some people on, and if you want to interview them too, it doesn't have to just be me interviewing them. We can be a group interview is totally fine.
Yes. Oh yeah, sure. So okay, let me go back to the kind of to the seat
no
of
worries.
the camera and whatnot. Okay, so let me just call for the right person. Okay, it's back there, but it's kind of digesting a huge chunk of pizza. But he's about to come over. It's just as soon as they. You okay? Okay, kind of. Well, we can chat for a couple of minutes.
Okay, that's totally fine. So actually, I do have some questions that come in from because this is streaming on YouTube and Twitch. So the Bull has a question. So how much time does it take to organize everything to make this event happen? Between setting up the site, organizing logistics, like what was your experience?
Yeah. So fortunately, I have been already organizing game jams in different places before. So this was not my first rodeo, but this still took us I don't know, maybe a couple of months of work. Because basically, since we had to basically first of all agree with the college for all the spaces and whatnot, since even if this is a weekend, it's still a fine arts place on, so they have lots of activities and whatnot during weekends. So we were we were taking over half a building, and so it was kind of stressful for them, but everything turned out okay. And so I guess that the biggest challenge in terms of organization was basically bringing everyone here, because we have over 30 people that are coming from different cities. So we had to we organized a bus trip to take everyone here and whatnot. But we had some luck with this, because fortunately my uncle owns a bus company, so he kind of
so you had help.
That's kind of cheating to some
still,
extent,
I mean,
we could do that, and so we could bring more people here, and so I guess that again both the gig, right, the site we were going to be holding this game jam and the transport were the hardest and longest things to organize. But once we had this fortunately large building, we could easily set up different spaces and whatnot. So, but because otherwise, I guess that would have been another one of the biggest challenges, because you really need, again. I mean, at least I'd really like to have this again separate spaces and whatnot, because not everyone feels the same in the same area, around the same area.
No, that's really a considerate thing to think of, and I think that there's definitely this delicate balance of when you're coordinating, because you want to get a site that's big enough to host as many people, but you also might. The challenge is you don't know exactly how many people are going to show up, because it's your first time, so you don't have that rapport with people in the community yet. So, how did you finagle getting this space, knowing about how many people you were going to be having?
Yeah, well, the thing here is that some of us from the organizing side of things, we are actually former students of this college, and so we had that edge, let's say, because they know us and they know the rapport. Game developers. Some games have been developed from this university, so they're kind of used to that. And I guess it was just a gamble in the sense of that. I mean, they really needed to trust us and our word. But since we were already known around, let's say, we had that edge to that advantage on our side, let's say.
Exactly. I mean, it's good to tap into the resources that you already have rather than trying to start fresh, because that's where it can be slightly challenging, not impossible. You definitely can find sites. I think the more that people know about this and what comes out of it, there's more opportunities for people to want to get involved. Whether it's, you know, a space or even just having like some sort of sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly. Because in that sense, once we had the bigger name, let's say that the whole university hosting the event, the remaining sponsors were kind of drawn from that, right? Because they already have like the big name hosting the actual event, which is the hardest and, let's say, most expensive thing of all.
For sure.
So, and that actually helps you build this trust and confidence for the remaining partners, like the pizzas and whatnot.
Exactly.
So,
Then I will say it feels very on brand for it to be at a college and for it to be Domino's, because I remember eating a lot of Domino's when I was in college, because it's so accessible and so cheap. Actually, I'm not sure if the person you were looking to have come on is available, but
okay, he's already waiting. So yeah, we can bring him in. Okay, so
right.
Hey there.
Hello. Hi.
Okay, let's see.
I can't see you.
Both of us here. Okay.
If you move back a little bit, right now I can just see.
Right. So you can still hear us, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I can't hear you, but I hope that's not really a problem. No, we will tell everyone to keep it low for a few minutes. But
I can hear you. Can you hear me though? That's important.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Well, hi, welcome to the stream. You're live with Global Game Jam.
A lot of pleasure.
So, what kind of game are you working on?
What kind of game? Oh yeah, we are making a kind of game like Mario Party. You know Mario Party?
Yep.
Mario Party one with a lot of mini games integrated and kind of a competitive view with another players, friends. Like maybe you could play at home with your family, for example.
Awesome. Yeah, I think there's definitely a need for more local co-op games.
Yeah, and definitely this is not a usual kind of game to come out from a game jam.
Definitely not. Was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, definitely. So when they told us that they were envisioning this kind of couch co-op or multiplayer game, we said, you have our trust. We have another idea, more like a story, more like a visual novel game, a story game like Omori.
Okay.
We discarded and keep it with this one because we thought it would be easier to make and also funnier to play and to develop. The only problem
definitely.
that makes the asset is going a little bit on the ass, but it's going to take a little bit of extra time. Yeah.
Just a little bit. I mean, but the beauty of it is that you can keep working on the game after the jam is done. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, if it turns out okay, we can kind of wrap up the global game jam with some sort of tournament in what tournament.
That would be so. I would love to host that, especially. I mean, if it's a local co-op, we can do a live stream like this. If it's an online, we could do some kind of live event where people are playing the games. I just think that would be awesome. But
I must say the multiplayer part is going to be difficult to make. So maybe it isn't implemented at all. But
at least maybe the multiplayer can come afterwards. You can use computers to play the other parts for now, but yeah, I mean, after 48 hours, you're not done. You can keep that. You could really have something.
At least, I mean, they can always explore it further down the line after the event, which is kind of the point, right? At least I always try to encourage every participant to keep developing the idea. I mean, maybe it can go places eventually.
I mean, you can have like some morsel of an
idea. Make it on time, but in case not, we could develop it after the jam.
Are these people that you just met today, or are they people that you knew from beforehand?
No. We are partners on the degree, so we already know each other, and we also work together on another jam. The jam we make at the university on December, I think, like December. Yeah, so we hosted like a different game jam in Christmas,
Yeah.
and so he already participated there.
Oh, cool.
And then
Okay.
I with the actual team they're participating, and I kind of dragged them into the global game jam again.
It was like such a great thing to do, and we really enjoy it. So that's why we are here today, trying to make something better.
Yeah, because that's
Awesome.
kind of the beauty of it, right? Because even for first timers, they have such a great experience that they immediately want to come back to new game jams, and so that's why
Oh, yeah.
these kind of events are so important, because they really ignite that spark, right? Within
I mean, that is the beauty of the community, is just
Yes.
you can come into this with no experience, and then all of a sudden your entire world has changed because you realize there's all these opportunities and possibilities that you can explore. Yeah. Awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing what your game is.
I'm really looking forward to show our game to you.
Yeah.
How it turns
Definitely.
out.
Awesome.
We just okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Happy jamming.
So yes, you can see we have kind of this balance between newcomers and second timers, let's say. But yeah, that's kind of the nice thing, because once you already know that, right? But once you start to build this kind of events, as you say, the community just kind of grows with them.
Yep.
And so the wheel just keeps on turning. And once they try it, they just cannot stop trying it. That's why these kind of events are so relevant after all.
Yeah, exactly. They're really important for a lot of different reasons, but I definitely agree. I actually have an interesting question from the audience again. What kind of genre do gamers in Spain tend to go towards? Like, what is generally really popular? I know that's a hard question to ask because everyone has so many different tastes.
But in all the game jams I have hosted, I would say that there are two very close ones. I'd say one of them is definitely platformers, or 2D platformers are definitely very popular, at least in the game jams I have hosted. And the runner-up would be narrative visual novel-like kind of games. So those are the, at least with some point-and-click elements. And even if it's a bit, well, let's say quote-unquote dated, although I don't think so. But yes, those are the main genres we usually tend to see. Well, the ones that we definitely have at least one of those in every single game jam around here.
Of course, I think it's a very popular genre that is pretty accessible too, because it's a lot of people do like to write, and the narrative aspect really lends to a lot of creativity and a lot of exploration. Awesome. Are you making a game this weekend?
Oh yeah, sorry, what?
Are you making a game this weekend?
No, I'm the only one from the organizers that is not participating. The rest of them are participating, so they have the hosting team, let's say.
Yeah.
But since we are a lot of people, I kind of got, let's say, scared that we wouldn't be able to handle everything properly, and so I remain.
That makes sense. Somebody has to be there to be
just in case. I mean,
on call.
Just not being absent because you are so dragged into your own project that you're not kind of paying attention. So this time I'm not jamming, but well, there will be more chances. So,
there's plenty more chances. How did you find Global Game Jam? Have you participated in a site before, or did you just happen to find?
Well, I found out about Global Game Jam a few years ago because one member of from my previous game development team, he was very used to participate in some of the other Global Game Jam stages in Spain, especially the Malaga one, and so they were always. I know every time they speak or they spoke about Global Game Jam, you could just see the spark in their eyes. Like they were so passionate about it, and so it was impossible not to be. I mean, it was contagious, right? So you kind of could feel that warmth and that happiness of them, and so that kind of made me want to someday host one Global Game Jam, and here we are.
And look, here we are. Awesome. That's so cool. I really appreciate you wanting to be a part of this. It's awesome to see the success of a new game jam location, because you can really see how much of an impact you've had already on this community. Even though you're pulling people that you know, but people that you don't know are coming in because they've heard about it and their friends tell them about it, and it's a great way to get people involved and interested.
So
in Global
in
Game
the end,
Jam.
I mean, as long as there's so many people passionate about coming and being here, at least that, well, let's say that guarantees that this will continue moving forward and be having more and more events and venues like this in the future. So for me, that's the biggest prize in this first edition in here. And so now we just need to aim for 150 or 200 participants, or
I think you could easily do it. If you got 75 for 1 year, you're going to need to get 2 colleges.
As long as our friends at Domino's keep supplying us with things.
Nice sponsored content there.
And definitely they didn't even ask us to be sponsored, but I mean, we're kind of surprised, and I think that they will remember the Excel spreadsheet thing for a long time. So
I love that. That's such a tip for anybody else. I mean, spreadsheets, and you can send them to Domino's and they'll make you pizzas. That's what I've learned from this.
That's the good thing about being around so many engineers, right? It's just the engineering brain just operates that way, I guess.
It does. A question that's kind of unrelated but related. The Bull asked if I'm participating in the jam. I'm not participating in the jam this weekend. I am participating in streaming everybody else's jam.
Yes, which is a lot of work, by the way.
Yeah, it's a lot of coordinating. We have a really great lineup for tomorrow. Oh no, I've lost. Okay, sorry, I thought I lost you for a second. Or if it was me, I didn't know. We have a really great lineup for tomorrow. Let me just check to see what time. I think it's starting around 5 p.m. UTC. So I'll be back tomorrow, and I am having some live streams later tonight. But Jose, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate you.
Okay, just give us a heads up, and we'll Okay, thank you so much as well for just connecting with us.
Of course.
And giving us the chance to speak in this very first edition, and just let's hope for the best results for every team everywhere.
Thank you so much. Happy jamming, and I can't wait to see what you guys create.
Same. So happy jamming, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So that is the end of this hour and a half of this stream. For the time being, we will be back. Let me see at the time. Next time will be 2:30 a.m. UTC. So for whatever time zone that is, check back here. We're going to have a couple more sites that we're going to be looking in on. I'm anticipating, hopefully, we're going to be looking in at Australia and Malaysia. And then tomorrow we have sites. We have Sweden, we have the UK, we have some in the United States, we have Nigeria, we have just all over the world. So check back in a little bit, and thank you so much for watching. If you watch live, if you're watching this afterwards, because you're jamming, I hope it was interesting to see what it was like to be in these other places around the world. But until then, all right, take care, everyone. See you soon.